against one of the world's best. EG winning the knife round. We'll start on the CT side here, and the dual elites of Hexed looking to win the round. We've got a defuse kit for Walker and the smoke as well, which has been a massive part of this tournament, and is the smoke defuse kit combo as we boost a player up. Will be the aforementioned Hexed. Julie's in hand.
Glad you pointed out, Henry, with the size. Something for people at home to really watch for, because especially in these pistol rounds, sometimes you don't even need the kills. You can just get the defuse. Sneaking through the middle is Nico. He's got the P250. He is a menace with this particular gun. So if he can find just one clean opening here, it could set everything up, but it's automatic. It goes the other way. He picks him up, looking for a second. It's Hunter down next. This is a disaster for G2. And Hex just sneaking in behind the flash. They have been shut down across the board.
Can you believe it? You can't ask for much more than that. Clean as you like. Automatic with 2 stunning frags. Hex hold strong towards B. They've got themselves a 5-on-2. Automatic with full mid control as well. They've not taken any damage yet, Anders. This is beautiful. JKS, Hooksy. Bomb available. A plant would be a victory at this stage. If they can even get the C4 down, some might consider that a win. And they are heading towards a correct position to do so.
Did Automatic not hit him in the middle? He's a little bit far back. I thought maybe he would have heard the running in T-spawn, but no one's moving, so I don't think they realize.
Guaranteed, potentially, yeah. So that's something. Maybe a bit more.
Surely not. No way. Glocks inside of the bomb site in a 2 versus 5 with almost nothing, well, nothing at all to work with. This should never be happening. You should lose this round every single time. Now, they are grouped up. I do like that part of it. And a little bit of a slow start here with the Glocks. They're not connecting. They need the headshots, and they need to be a lot quicker with it. Otherwise, they're going to get just chipped away at. They're already very low on health here. And remember, there is that kit in play, so it's going to be quick. And it will be automatic with the triple at the end of it. And EG to win the pistol.
With the plant down, though, not a complete disaster. They can buy up in the second round of Galil's if they so wish, but still, a very impressive result there from Evil Geniuses. Automatic with the precision to open things up. 2 lovely headshots. Funnels them in towards B, where Hex can push them back. Here's the replay. Perfectly done. Nico and Hunter removed. Flashbang on the dual elites as well. And, yeah, they got the plant down. It is significant, but there's still a lot of work to be done here. They will be buying up in the second round.
The peak from Hex, I think, reveals a nice bit of discipline from someone who's otherwise, you know, shouting a lot and being very aggressive at times.
The AWP is out second round, just to know.
Oh, that's true. That's very quick. Against a scout, who knows? But, you know, he gets flashed in, Hex, for that first kill, and he doesn't repeat. He doesn't stick around for more, you know, he had the dualies. He could have stuck around for more kills, but he's just happy with that one. Make it a 2 versus 5 with that kill. So I'm glad to see that kind of discipline on EG. You need that if you want to beat a team like G2. Monacy is going to get the opening, and just the MP9 inside of the bomb site. Disastrous position to be in for George. He just can't do anything there.
Wow.
He's getting wrapped on.
We're seeing how significant that bomb plant was now, Anders. It's the AK striking first. As soon as they get a kill, they unload everything they've got on the A bomb site. Round over. So it did beg the question as to why the A bomb site was so open in the previous round. He had a 4 versus 2. I think a 5 versus 2.
Yeah, it was at the end.
Yeah, no one there to even try and deny the open plant. And it's led into this. They even had the AWP in the second round. It gets nothing done. No choice but to save it, but at least they will do that. 2 rifles and the AWP.
Pretty clean over and done with without even much of a chance for EG to fight back. So that's a bit disappointing, I suppose. But for G2, obviously, winning the second round, they're going to be celebrating that. 3 rifle saves on EG. I don't even think the AWP is revealed, so I guess in theory it could still be a bit of a shock.
That's a good point. I don't think it fired off a shot there. So here's how the opening frag came in. That was a Walco smoke. He was hoping to dish out that sort of treatment, but the gap eluded him. And we go round 3, but bear in mind, a significant save. They will certainly buy into this one. 3 rifles available, one of which is a junior AWP, and he's been playing great today. So here he comes in towards the connector.
Oh, he wants to go with it. I really respect this. I actually love this way of playing. Yeah, he knows the AWP has to have an impact, so he goes looking for it, and he's going to take down Hunter. I think that's really cool. Well played.
Yeah, he's got away with it scot-free. Bails on the mid position. Find the opening kill. He's actually backing towards B as well now. A drop off from utility.
Just on top.
Which?
Yeah, he wants to come through that one. Deagle. And a 5-7 as the pistol's in play. 5-7 a bit up closer. Gonna find the kill on JKS. They're letting go this round. George with a headshot on Modesty. And got to use the term disaster for EG, but it feels like it's come back against G2 now instead. Nico and Hooksy left 2 versus 4 with 50 seconds left. I don't even know how you bring this round back.
Well, it all started with a junior pick. A real masterstroke with that AWP. A slight chance they can make this one work, but the boost confirms the positioning of Hooksy. He'll be dropped. And just poor old Nico. P250 in hand.
Yeah, scout in his back pocket, I think. We threw that away to go and pick this one up. Well, that's fair, I suppose. 20 seconds. He has got the bomb, but there's no way, right? The element of surprise with this little time left, even that's not going to make a difference. So you'll be happy to save the grenades and the Galil.
Well, that just goes to reinforce your points if they had no information the AWP was available for Junior, because he didn't fire off a shot in that second round. So, yeah, they didn't have the protocols in place to deal with his push towards top of middle. Opening frag found. One dig start connecting. They barely take any damage en route, as they'll take the lead once again, 2-1. Nico will save a Galil. A sigh of frustration there for sure. That's how it all started. Hunter had no idea this could be a possibility. This was great, though. Walker with the 5-7. Set of his teammate, George. Rock solid on the A bomb side. Lovely little boost as well to confirm the round.
Yeah.
They're not happy about it.
They are not happy.
We are going to get round 4 underway. And there is a buy available for G2. So, Galil for Nico. Compromise utility, to say the very least.
They do just look... I mean, even on the other maps, it just feels like there's not that much energy on this G2 team. As soon as anything goes away... I mean, we were joking about it even at the end of Inferno, which they were just outright winning. You still have this weird sense when you're watching them that they get frustrated very, very quickly. That they're not really enjoying the game. There's not a lot of celebration even when they're winning. It's just... it's hard to watch at the moment. 4th round here. And we'll see. EG definitely with the better buy overall. Looking at the grenades especially. But there is a chance for G2.
There is always a chance, Anders. And 5-on-5 for now. They've got 1 flash remaining, though. That is it. That's the entirety of their utility. And they're going back towards A, so a contact play, to say the very least. They've got a 4-1 setup. Monacy waiting to breach the connector. Walker up front. 3 CTs lying in wait here. It's going to be a brawl of a round.
Yes, it will be. Up close, the nade landed way behind him. 2 kills, plenty enough, I think, for Walco to make sure they can just cement this defense. Oh, wait a minute. 24 seconds. They die very rapidly in the middle. Automatic and Hex, none of them could really find any kind of safe harbor. So maybe I spoke too soon. Nico gets grenaded down, but he's got a little bit of an avenue on top of the smoke. Gotta be careful he doesn't get spammed down on the other side. Junior with the AWP. He's ready and waiting. He's got the right idea. But Nico, he's so quick. They lose Modesty and George. No kit. 10 seconds against Nico. I don't think it's going to happen here. He could have died then, and that might have been the only chance that George is going to be having. He picks up the AWP to find another one and eventually make it a quad kill.
Nico doing it once again, Anders. 4 more kills. It looked like the round was done. It was, what, a 4-on-2 situation?
Yeah.
Right up until this moment. Nico striking with a double kill. That was a beautiful shot towards jungle as well. Picks up the AWP, knows it's a decent plan for him. And George, nothing he can say about it. They answer back with a force buy of their own and tie things up 2-2. Money in a compromised position, as you might expect. It's going to be the eco for EG. Nico is having to carry this series on his shoulders. 4 kills in the previous round. That was his entry into the map as well. Those were his first 4 frags, and manages to get the job done. And it has sent EG spiraling. Just a couple of HEs, a Desert Eagle, and nothing else purchased. So you would assume they need top of middle, but that's about it.
Saw a video the other day on the internet, Henry, with a tow truck that was towing a car, but the car had actually fallen off the truck, so it's just getting dragged on the street on like upside down, just getting dragged along the pavement. It's a little bit what it feels like. The kind of, you know, what Nico is like. He's just he'll get them there no matter what, you know. Try
it's the
best as you can.
Admirable attempt so far. He is doing God's work on the server today. Automatic will find a Desert Eagle headshot, but that might be all they find. Nothing else really invested into the round, just USPs remain. Mika confirms yet another kill here. 4 on 2. Should be all she wrote for this round. G2 have a chance to take the lead once again. 4 spy wars have come to an end. This is the eco. And if you are just joining us, this is an elimination game. Lose this one and you are taken to the showdown. Well, you'll have to fight it out. I don't think many people saw G2 being in that conversation, considering they're one of the few teams that left WrestleMania with no changes.
Yeah.
But been very up and down tournament for them. This game especially. Should have been an open shut case. Now here we are on the third and final map. It's close, it's uncomfortable. Junior's playing very well. EG are looking like a well-rounded unit.
I feel like I'm sharing in that discomfort watching them. It is a bit awkward because it really feels like they should be winning, and yeah, just not the kind of presence on the server that you would normally expect. Monacy takes a bit of damage at the start here. EG managing to summon a buy in this round. It's not that bad. They have a kit on Hexed. And a couple of nades still left, in fact. Passing around some smokes. 3 of them at a minute and 20 seconds. Could still be worked with. But for G2, it looks like it's going to be 4 in the middle. JKS playing the Palace on the other side and could still be mobile to wrap around down towards the ramp. But yeah, this is a lot of mid-presence for G2. They can do almost anything they want with this round still.
Yeah, 4 players there in total. JKS towards spawn. They've confirmed complete connector control, and they will continue with their push here as well. Bomb down in middle. Hooksy towards that ladder room, and it's JKS rumbled. Walker not feeling comfortable and will push in towards the A ramp and give them the man advantage.
There was a moment where Junior was flashed. I don't know if they could have seen him from down there, but either way, going to be 5 versus 3. What a shot on Monacy. How does that even happen?
That's ridiculous. What a wallbang. 5 on 3. Junior doing it once again. They're going to have to go in towards the B bomb side. Focusing towards Shaw. Hooksy and Hunter need to find multiple kills here. 20 seconds remain.
I don't like this. They're very, very speedy. They have to be. They're running out of time, but how do you check this bomb site? They're not even going to try. They just fake it up. But there's 2 people that could peek them. Bomb is dropped. It's actually fallen up there. So horrible turn of events. No one's died yet on EG either. And Nico, not even he can save this round. If nothing else, just because there's no time left in it any longer. It'll be a 3rd round for EG, and they just keep trading rounds back and forth. This is an excruciating start for a knockout game, Henry.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really, and what a nice little active play from Walco. As you said, it was full mid control for G2. They had everything they needed, connector control, just about the brute J, but EG could feel it. They had nothing to work with there, pushing in towards the A ramp, finding a huge frag. Rumbles their setup. Junior repositioning as well. He doesn't seem to be missing a single bullet today. And we might be picking up the pace, and 3 players towards the B apartments with the bomb. Nico leading the charge. It won't be a rush. They have utility being assembled on the other side of the map as well. Monacy and JKS wait patiently towards A. Bomb starting to scuttle through the underpass, and Hex has got a player right next to him. Nico gets nothing done.
Yeah. Bit of a risk taken from Nico. He really was hoping, I think, maybe he'd use the one-way near the edge of the window there. Could be very popular at times. Hunter's going to fall as well.
This was a 4 spy.
Yes.
Just to know. 5 on 3 now. Looking unlikely they'll even get a plan. Hooksy with the bomb towards underpass. Monacy and JKS alive otherwise, trying to find a pick, but why would you give them anything here? Great positioning once again yields yet another frag for Walco, who is really going above and beyond here. Nice shot from JKS, but it doesn't look like he's set up for much more, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he would probably need to get at least one more kill. Maybe he could challenge Hext, and then Hooksy could sneak in behind, but it's a whole series of events that have to go their way, not just one or two things, Hooksy. I mean, fair play getting the bomb plant, right? It's going to help them down the stretch of it, but actually clutching this round, very, very tricky. 1 versus 4 as he does take down Hext. Sees them there in the market, but he's going to get sideswiped any second. There's automatic. He actually had the lineup for him as well, but the grenade just caught him first. I think otherwise he would have had the rifle out automatic there. So another good round this time going the way of EG, and they take the lead.
I don't know. This is getting wild. EG are looking pretty decent out there, Anders. They've got good reads as to what potential threats are coming their way. They were trying to set up Nico there for a classic 4-1 split. He gets the aggro towards B, he gets an opening pick, then everyone unloads on the other bomb side, but taking him down before he's even made his first move, that nullifies the round, and it's all over. 4-3.
Let's say I offered you, or to say I talked to production and we could change your prediction right now on the graphic, Henry. Would you
No.
switch to no?
No, I wouldn't. I'm not there yet. Not joining you in the insane asylum, but I'm still enjoying this from EG a lot. This is great, but speaking of greatness, that's a lovely little one-tap with the Desert Eagle. Only good for one. Want to see found out. Hext will compliment him with NS and chat, which is what you love to see, really.
It's not going to be me in the asylum if this goes wrong, Henry. It's going to be Nico.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a good point. They will be eliminated from the tournament, down to the showdown, and that's another week of your life. You don't want to be contending for the Royal Arena.
Another week where you just can make no mistakes,
Yep.
which is, I mean, that's not what we think when we're associating with G2 right now. They're making a ton of mistakes all over the place.
Well, they can still bring this round back. It is an eco, but they've got to pick Elise. Stranger things have happened. It would have to be something quite bizarre at this juncture for this round to fall apart, but you never know. Wilco spots him, and that should be it.
Actually, that could have been one of them, right? If Hunter
Exactly.
gets through.
That was the only real moment. If he gets a backstab there, takes down Junior's orb, you never know. Nice shot from Nico.
They don't know about automatic, though, is the problem. So, yeah, they get the kill. They sneak through. They pick up a rifle. I don't think Nico spotted it either in all that jumping. Another bomb plant. I guess it's something to work with.
Yeah, they were buying regardless, but it's certainly a welcome plant. 3 players survive. 5-3. As Evil Genius is looking pretty handy on this third and final map. I think before the tournament even started, everyone had wrote them off. Like, this is EG Black. This isn't even the blueprint, the memeable EG, right? This is the secondary team, the North Americans, now given the opportunity to represent the main squad. And before this series started, hadn't posted a map in the tournament so far.
Yeah.
So expectations were low. Now here they are, map under their belt, up 2 rounds, and the third and final decided to knock out G2. Like, all things considered, with all that context, I think this is a pretty excellent showing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. They were crushed on Inferno, especially the start. A 10-0 lead for G2 on the first map, and it just looked like it was all... I think you and I probably hit him. We were talking like it was all over. It's hard to come up with
nothing
anything
to talk about. When it gets to that 10-0 stage, where it's like, they had 10 frags in total at 10-0.
Yeah.
And what can you talk about? There's not many notes.
There's nothing left.
But yeah, here we are. They've got the lead, but still a 4-4 as G2 will pull one back. It's a nice shot from JKS. Honestly, with the orb watching towards connector. So the bomb will be positioned as well if Hooksy can find some control. Good flashbangs.
They were very slow on that peak there, George. That could have got him killed, but it was in time. Hext setting up the flash in the middle, and Monacy could never get his eyes quite back. 50 seconds. Got to be careful, Hooksy, because if you die in the middle, he's already low on health. If he dies in the middle, it's the bomb that gets dropped in there, so you really want to make sure that doesn't happen. Sneaking through, but Junior's going to be able to catch Hunter, and that puts them in a lot of trouble here. 2 versus 3. Everyone has a kit. And EG, they're in position. They're near the bomb site. They didn't have to stop the bomb plant. That's not even necessary. Just wait it out. Make sure you go for the retake. Or just catch Hooksy at the corner. And now I think JKS, his luck has run out. 20 seconds. Yeah, he needs something like that. A quick spray. It's not going to happen. Hext will take him down instead. And EG, they get to 6 rounds. G2 are in so much trouble.
I can't believe it. Tactical timeout. One that might be required as well. This is a disaster. A full meltdown in the G2 camp. It was just a formality after the first match. 10-0 up. We felt like, well, it's not going to be the greatest game, but at least we have Liquid playing next. But no. EG came online. Second map. A different looking squad, their opponent's pick of D Nuke. And they've taken the win courtesy of a spectacular junior performance.
Yeah.
Great mid-round calls. And now, an admirable performance. And keeping G2 very honest here on Mirage. They are looking uncomfortable. As we go 6-3 down, a half buy up next. As we enter round number 10, G2. Deagles and Tech9s to work with here. It's looking likely to be 7-3 in favor of the North Americans.
Tons of small little details too. You know, Hex setting up the kill on Monacy in the middle with the flashbang over.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes you can just do that. You know,
like
count to 3 and go.
Here we go. A chant there, pouncing out of the apartments. Just need a quick 1-deeg. Easier said than done.
I mean,
Hooksy going to be set up by Nico. He's going to throw some flashes over. Going to try and suggest it's a B play.
just
Hooksy can just get one. That would be something, but not going to happen. Now they're very aware this could be a Palace pop. And you can see crosshairs directly on that position. They know exactly what's going on here. Automatic trying to present some trigger discipline. Actually costing the frag here. I don't think it'll cost them the round, but a plant potentially. That goes down. So not a completely wasted round, but this was the half buy where they might not find any kills. At least one. Nico on the other side of the map. So a little bit of a B fake there. It gets them the plant. So with the loss bonus a maximum anyway, it doesn't really matter, but welcomed nonetheless.
Yeah, I think Nico ultimately, you know, not that I don't think he wasn't not participating in the round. He's just hoping that the A attack is more effective, and then he go for a flank. And honestly, if you're trying to win the round, that's how you have to do something like that.
Down towards connector, maybe he's got a deagle at short. Maybe he can do something with it, you know, but not meant to be. A little bit too telegraphed there. Once Hooks go down with nothing, no one following him. You've committed what, 2 smokes, multiple flashes, and just one player comes out. Something fishy there.
7-3.
I can't believe this. After winning the pistol, second round goes in favor of G2. EG come out on top of the Force by Wars, and a very impressive looking Hexed. He's got some confidence here, Anders. A stack towards the B apartments.
And George setting up for it. Oh, they swing wide, and actually Hex firing the gun as well. The flash is so good against him. JKS on the double. I think if they were going to make that swing, they both have to commit. They both had to go all in. One of them is swinging wide. The other one could go for a shallow peek, but that little stutter step when you're sort of half fighting, half not fighting is not going to be working out. Hooksy also getting some revenge in this round. Double kill for him and Walco's. Not much you do.
Nice stuff there. Good job, Hooksy. Precise kills. Now raise morale. A decent round there. I actually liked the overall look from EG there. Like the fact they were being super active towards the apartments. It could have gone either way, right? If they get the opening frag and they get a big spray down there, we'd be having a very different conversation. JKSO more than ready for it. Gives a little love tap to his captain as well. But Hooksy, really, really nice job here. Beautiful kills. Need more of that from him. But that round's locked in. The frags came to them. B execution wasn't really required in the end, and Walco holds towards Palace. All 5 members of G2 will stay alive here. Just what the doctor ordered. Still can recover this half. It's not looking great, but they can still win it. So alarm bell's not going off just yet. EG will save at least 1 weapon. Round 12, Anders.
Yeah, the focus really has to remain. I mean, I think it's probably worth taking a step back and just reminding everyone, because you're right, this can easily be recovered from G2. A couple of rounds going their way here. The economy is going to be wiped out, and G2 could be right back on top. So you don't want to get too carried away either. And it's just hard to shake this weird feeling when you're watching G2 that it's just all... They have to work so hard for it. Everything is difficult right now. There aren't many easy rounds where it's just Nico and Monacy showing up to wipe out a round and then that's it. It's GG. It feels like it has to be difficult every time. Junior with a good shot. There's George. Maybe overstayed his welcome, but it's still going to be a 2-for-1 trade.
He had the potential with a double kill there. I don't hate it. Definitely would have been favorable in hindsight just to drop off with the first, but there's some damage toward JKS. At least brings him in 1 dink potential. And they're not just resting on the laurel Tyranders. They are active, going for the boost. And one that pays off massively. Once again, finding that kill towards connector. JKS can't believe it. As they enter another 4 versus 2, but up against some of the world's best here. Nico. Monacy. Nico, though, unfortunately walked into the scope of Junior. Finds his second kill of the round. What a great series he's having.
Absolutely picking it up. This is wild. After that 1-round win for G2, that's devastating. And you know, again, like you mentioned that boost in the middle, but again, you see them get the boost and they follow. They're just out of there. They're not looking to fight. They know there's a lot of respect, obviously, for G2 and the individuals on that side.
All the reactions, they've still got the advantage here, but it's just a nice calculated risk. We're hunting for information.
Super low risk, yeah.
They won't be actively looking towards that position. We're going to confirm the middle is clear. Yeah, that's when he starts getting into your skin. That's when the yelling does make sense. You just hear that.
He said in the pre-game, he knew he was going to upset people on the internet, but he's going to do it anyway.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
I won't lie. I would be super triggered if I was playing against someone yelling like that. But from an outsider's perspective, it is hilarious to be watching.
Huge round here, Anders. Fully invested. G2 with cash to bring out the AWP, the AK-47s. But needs to start posting some rounds. They can't win the half anymore. I would say like 5 or 6, this is absolutely fine, but 4 rounds, you'd be worried for the chances of closing this one out. Nico inside the connector already. Hunter and Monacy will join them. It's a spray battle. And Hooks, he doesn't even get close. Automatic. Sends him packing.
If that kill goes the other way, the A-bomb side is wiped out. There is nothing Walco can do in that shadow position once they've given up jungle. He might still be put under some pressure because they actually did fall back, but at least they have the 4-on-5 Nico. That's what I mean. That range, like that swing, it's so unfavorable when you're in shadow like that. And Nico's going to find the kill. I think Automatic is dead as well for free. Nico just cleaning it up. Big double for him here. And there's no point in trying to go for this retake. So G2 will get a 5th round. It's just, it's too much. You really, really need somebody to distract from the shadow. Like, you need either to play in CT spawn, somebody in jungle, or you need a lot more Molotovs or anything to slow them down. But when you're just sat down there, it's not a good fight.
Well, Automatic does find that opening frag. He thought that might be enough, but apparently not. The individual form of Nico is too much to contain. Monacy will join him as well for 3 frags in total. George and Hex with no choice but to save here. And it looks like that's what will be happening. No hunt has been called forward. 5th round for G2 in the dying stages of this first half. These A-splits starting to work out for them. Getting big numbers in towards the connector. Monacy patrolling that ticket booth position. That was the real key frag here. Walker could get nothing done, and then Automatic, stuck in the smoke, was trying to thread the needle. Try and get on towards the bomb side. Got caught, though, by Nico. Round 14 up next. No timeout has been called. Single orb setup, just a note here for EG. And if they lose this one, money will be broken. So, huge round here. Could lead for a couple if G2 are able to convert it. They're going for an early A play as well. 4 players on that side of the map. Hooksy already in towards connector. Bomb towards Palace. So, Monacy could just be going for a straight up pick here. I think it'll just be flashed over, and that's a great response once again from Walco.
It really is. Hooksy, though, he's walking up behind. He might still be able to open it up. It's JKS to get a kill on Walco. So even though they lose that initial fight at the ramp, they're still doing just fine here. JKS and Monacy with a kill each. Bomb gets planted, and EG, they don't have the money to really throw away these rifles. If they want to play in the 15th round, they just have to respect this and let it go.
Yeah, I think you're dead on. Nothing they can do about this.
And, you know, just because, you know, obviously Hooksy had a terrible map on Nuke, right? But now it's Hunter at 2 kills going into the 15th round, so...
He's had a pretty difficult series as well, so... Yeah, that's a good point, but they're starting to find the rounds now. Like we said, they can still get 7 on the board. I would say that'd be absolutely fine. You wouldn't be too worried for their chances of closing things out, but EG giving them a run for their money here, that's for sure. And looking to save that weaponry, as mentioned. It's important they do so because the money is pretty low on the CT side. Final round coming up next. And they will commit to a few of these kills if possible. Just one of them would be beneficial. Not going to happen, though. And the last round of this first half. Tournament life on the line for both teams. And I love the response. As we said, it was looking likely to be an A execution quickly from the Palace. But Walco, good for 1. JKS gets him on the retreat.
Yeah, they've really exposed the weakness in that A-bomb side.
Yes, it seems that way.
And, you know, exploiting it a couple of times, that's what you should be doing. Might even do it again. Just, maybe you start differently, you lean a little bit more B, you make it look like you're not doing it, and you come back anyway. Hooksy, what an opening. He might be down to 6 health, but it doesn't really matter. Automatic going down, and George in a very fortunate position. Might actually get to escape a little bit here if he's quick with it. There's nobody at top mid right now, so there is a way to get out. 4 versus 5, and they are leaning hard towards Hex and that B-bomb site.
What has Hex got? A single HE grenade in M4 and no backup whatsoever. This will have to be a hell and an individual sequence. We'll see what he can make of it.
Well, he's got the smoke up in front, but once it fades, I don't see him getting the multi-spray. They're surely going to be able to return. Oh, there we go. It starts a bit early. It's a team kill, and Hex on the other side. It's an absolutely awful start to this take. Bomb is making its way through, and he stands up again. Hex, you might as well call it a triple now. What happened, Henry? It was looking good. They just needed the trade on him. Instead, mutiny in the ranks of G2, and now Monacy and Hunter are left.
Just before halftime as well. This will leave a sour taste in the mouth of G2. They've slowed it down. Monacy and Hunter. Last players remaining, and Hex has stolen it all the way. 9-6 is looking locked in with his flank from Walco. They've got the A-bomb side. Monacy coming in with the C4 from underpass, but he gets captured en route here, I think. No!
What? How is he even checking it? Walco's going to be punching the desk, and there's a click away. Hunter, he might be having a rough half, but that third kill right there was crisp and clean. Just deletes that AWP from across the map. Now, Hex and George going to have to combine for a retake here. They had this round locked in. Hex practically had the double. Now they, or the triple. Now they just need to do it one last time. Low on health is Hex, sneaking through, trying to reveal where they are. It makes sense, and George is going to know. Monacy on one side, Hunter, and there's a classic crossfire setup here, and he's trying to see if he can find one of them, and he's already exposed, and he's going to go down. Hunter, a couple of kills at the end, and it's 7 on the board for G2. Did enough in the first half to be able to win this one, and I mean, none of them are really firing on all cylinders. We're not getting the Nico 20 kills per half show right now. In fact, EG seem to be doing better on the scoreboard overall. I'm curious about this one. They are executing, it looks like, into the A-bomb site where JKS and Nico both in a position where they're just looking for headshots. They just need a kill to make the retake easier. They don't need to die in these positions. They don't need to give their lives to defend it. Hexter's going to find one right there.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite of what you want.
Justin definitely should have got a kill by his standards there. That's unfortunate. Now the retake will be very problematic. So,
automatic. He knows that no one's coming from this direction, so they can focus all of their attention on 2 points on the map right now. Flashed out and runs straight in for it. Where are the Glock bullets going? There we go. Something connecting. George with the double, and it leaves Hunter in a very bad position. He's got the smoke. He's got the kit. There is a way to do this, but you need to throw that smoke right now, Hunter. He's forgot about it now. There we go. Might be a little bit late. He tries to see if he can maneuver in there, but Junior's going to be able to catch him, and it will be EG with an unbelievably huge pistol round going their way. This is how it has to start. And now, unlike previous maps or halves, they can't give up the second round. They have to keep winning.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, Justin definitely should have been good for one there. Opens up the A-bomb side, and you're right. Even with some labored fights, Evil Genius is pretty light work of that pistol round there. Nico showing signs of frustration. Need to hold it together as we force by into the second round. We've got CZ's 5-7s. Looking for double digits. EG with the lead thus far. First scout shot rattles out, doesn't connect. Tantalizingly close to the head of George. Nico as well. Gunning for blood here.
Yeah, did actually find the tag on him as well, so I guess that's worth something. Every little bit counts when you only have the pistols and the scout here, so yeah, might as well do some damage early on. Walker's playing alone in the middle, so there's no one else there to really back him up or anything. Bomb really far back. They're really being careful on this one. EG, they do not want to give this one up easily. Let's see how much Nico can do. We've seen him win rounds before with just the Deagle. He's so crisp with it. Looks like they are going to be setting up for the crunch.
Yeah. 3 entering from A ramp and Palace. Walco and Automatic patrolling toward that connector position. Mac 10 to lead the charge. And Hunter to defend. He's got the 5-7 on the other side here. We'll need 2 kills if this is going to go in their favor. First frag falls against him. Monacy will start landing some tags here. Automatic, they're making that Mac 10 sing. And the scout with 2 low HP players. There is still a glimmer of hope here, Anders, but slowly but surely their hopes And dreams are being eradicated. Double digits for EG. And round number 11 maybe confirmed as well. That was the force buy. Didn't get a whole lot done. 3 players survive. And suggests we've got an eco coming up next.
Yeah, they don't really have a choice, do they? This first kill is just so important. It's not necessarily a spectacular kill at all, but just the difference between starting that 4 versus 5 or 5 versus 4 the other way is absolutely huge.
Well, speaking of huge, EG are now just 6 rounds away from knocking G2 out of the tournament. After going down 10-0 at the first map, Anders, they couldn't even find 10 frags between them.
You can't make this up, can you?
And they are actually in the driving seat now. They're the ones with double digits. They're the ones up against a full eco right now. On the 3rd and final map of Mirage. Finally entering the tournament. Before this series, they hadn't even picked up a map. They're squandering their opportunity to do so against NIP. They lost a 15-10 lead in overtime. None of that today. But George has offered himself up. Thankfully.
And the AK.
His teammates are there, but is this going to work out? I'm not so sure. It's getting a little bit awkward with the positioning.
Yeah, I mean, cringing just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I think they might lose this.
Hooksy, though, up in the hallway, they know. They obviously know. Going to be standing on top of the Molotov, but eventually will go down, but there's another USP chiming in.
He saw him a bench.
Yeah, he did. P250 gone. Nico still has the deagle. There he is away, and JKS steals the AK.
Oh dear.
Gets the kill. 37 seconds now. It's automatic coming into it. And they don't obviously have any armor, so even the MAC-10 here. One mistake, and he can clean this up automatically. He's one of the most experienced, definitely the most experienced player on EG without a shadow of a doubt. So we'll see what he could do. Grenade on one side. HE is there, but inside of the debris, JKS able to find him. He missed a couple of shots at the A-bomb side, but this is a massive round.
Give us a smile, lads. You just want a full eco. Well, there it is. EG fumbling the round. They know that's a huge deal. You're up against, what, 1 Desert Eagle? If that thing, a P250 and USPs.
Yeah.
Shows going towards that B bomb site. The first rifle goes down, and that's what I thought was a weird call. All right, he dead. Hooksy's feeling that. I didn't hear that from the initial replay.
Yeah.
He's feeling it. So, yeah, I just surprised I went back towards me. You know you lost the AK that side of the map. Why is that the place you've chosen to access a bomb site? But,
yeah, the saddest part was he was waiting for so long as well, just waiting for someone to show up, I think, George, but just as he turned away is when they walked through, so the timing could not have been worse. But you're right, they did walk right into the picked up AK, and maybe they just threw the Molotov up in the hallway and they thought, that's it. You know, we're safe, we can push the bomb site. And they were anything but. They're back to pistols themselves. And G2, they get a chance to get in early. Some momentum going their way. Hooksy shouting. I'm having a hard time figuring out if he is sort of genuinely excited or if he's trying to shout out the team, basically. Like, I think
a bit of both, because yeah, he looked very animated and hyped up, but other members not so engaged as he was, as we'll see the full eco conclude here in toward the B bomb site. Now, a weapon has been recovered. That's an M4 for automatic with a bomb being planted as well. They wouldn't, would they? Surely there's not a world where they answer back with a full eco victory of their own.
Very unlikely. JKS has a kit, so there's a chance that the kit dies in a really awkward spot and they did forget to pick it up. That might be one way to get there, but I feel like in a full 4 versus 3 retake, if the kit gets onto the site, they should be able to win this one, G2. Oh, there's another one right there. Good catch on the camera. We love it. Even a double chance here. Monacy, good position, and that's the rifle out of it. And yeah, they need to buy a lot more time for this to even get close to it here. Hexed, 1 versus 3, and they're already down there defusing. Jumps down, tries if he can stop it. It could have maybe been close, but...
Dude, I don't know. That was very, very close in terms of the time remaining on the bomb. Sure, they get the job done and looked fine, but one more cheeky kill in there. It could have been a different story. Either way, it is not, as G2 winning the full eco, convert a couple of rounds. 10-9, closing that gap down to just 1. And EG need to maintain their cool. They've got a Galil in the hands of George, or for Junior, who has simmered down somewhat, and maybe that's the A play from the get-go here. They've sent 4 players toward that side of the map, Walko alone towards middle, and a bit of aggression here from the CT, starting to get into their stride here on Mirage.
I do kind of like this. Try and take some map control away from EG. Don't leave them just with the whole map to play around with. Hex going down, but Junior, that was the smoke just popping.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's going to get a bullet.
That is huge. The bomb's committed towards the A side now as well. Walco is in towards B, so he might call for them to bail out on this one.
There can be some pretty nasty flashbangs coming over the wall here if you're not careful on the CT side, but the CTs almost look like they wanted to go a bit aggressive as well. Nico certainly thinking about it. There's one flash, but there could be one even deeper. They swing wide, and it's absolutely backfired on them. Nico, the only one holding the site right now. Backup is too far away. Hunter's trying to get there, and he's lucky to even escape a 2 versus 3. But now the secondary problem is Walco on this flank.
They're going T-spawn with the bomb.
Sick.
They're going around the world here. Oh, this is a masterclass in mid-round calling here. They were very composed, very disciplined, didn't scramble to try and plant the bomb, baiting the CTs out, winning out in the duels as well. And Walco confirms the B bomb site is completely wide open now with a stunning shot to close things out. And that's a big, big round. Evil Genius is up 11-9 here. And the money is in a compromised spot once more. 2 players, sub $3,000. Let's have a look at the replay here. Junior has somehow responded to that opening frag, gets himself a couple. And then this was the moment they win the round.
Yeah.
No way they could have any understanding that the Walco is so deep behind enemy lines. And it is the eco. They've won this round before. EVG cannot allow that to happen again. Need to convert this. Needs to be a clean conversion as well.
Yeah, that's really worth keeping in mind. You want to close on a team like G2, you have to win rounds like these.
We can allow one mistake like that.
Single one, I agree.
We've already had it.
Yeah, you're not going to get... If you do it again, then your morale is going to start to really slip, and G2 will start to feel like, okay, they're making enough mistakes. We're back in it.
Yeah.
Just looking at the scoreboard, Automatic gets 17 and then 15 on Hext and Walco, so they've got quite a few players, and even Georgian Jr., they're quite high up there as well. They're not doing too badly. Maybe a little bit of a worth noticing that Hunter was, I think, at 2 kills all the way into the 14th round. I think the 15th he had a double kill to save that one, but now he's up to 9, so he's started to step it up. He's starting to come a little bit more alive here in the second half, and that's probably worth noticing. It can be very hard individually to recover when the whole team is not looking that hot. Here we go.
A quieter round. Trying to find a couple of kills if possible. Junior, though, continuing that strong form as he completely decapitates Nico. We are going to see Hunter with a chance with these dual elites. I think he's got a kill here, potentially. Well, George doesn't seem to agree with me. Monacy and Hooksy remain. Not really much to talk about this round, I'm afraid. We'll just go through the motions. Wait for it to come to it. A bit of a head. Speaking of which, Automatic loses his. Now it is getting a little bit more uncomfortable here. The fact they've got 2 kills and maybe a third.
Surely save the AK. Yeah, they have money in the bank a little bit, but actually Nico doesn't. So yeah, you throw it over to him. The scoreline is 12-9. And if you're just joining, if you just open up the stream randomly,
yeah,
this is the 3rd map. This is a knockout game.
I think this is one of the sort of score lines that does leap off the page on HLTV, right? You think like EG, like, sure, it's not even the same roster. They've just been such a talking point in the last 6 months.
Yes.
You see a best of 3.
You said that as neutrally as you could, Henry. I like it.
I'm a nice guy. Then the fact that you're seeing like it's 1-1 and it's an elimination game, and EG are actually up 12-9 as well. This is a hot tamale. This could be one of the biggest upsets of the entire tournament.
Oh, it definitely would be. There's no question about it.
It would be,
yeah,
for sure.
And again, I think there's lots of fingers you could point at G2. There's some chemistry that's missing. There's some energy that hasn't really ever materialized on the last 2 maps here. But I'm not saying that to take away from EG. I really think it's important to notice there are many, many small things that they're doing between them, setting up little pop flashes, and just an overall understanding. It was true on their CT sides, and it's been true on their T sides as well. So yeah, I think they really deserve a lot of credit for what they're doing right here. No matter how you read this from G2's point of view. There's another one of them. Good pop flash to set it up. They take down Monacy, and the spray for Walco. He's up the middle. Hunter's down next, and Hooksy's in trouble. Another flash rings in, and he is so dead. They can't even defend the middle. Not the B-bomb side either. They've been wiped out here. It's going to be 13 on the side of EG, no question.
Oh, maybe some questions. Nico's still alive and well. He does find the opening kill. He knows that there's still a chance, a slither of hope. But I
I think you're right. He wanted the re-peek in middle if he could have had it.
Yeah, but it looks like they will be saving, unfortunately. But what a captain's performance we're getting from Walco here.
Yeah,
He just single-handedly won the round there, Anders. He just ran middle with a little bit of utility behind him, some smokes down, flashes himself into 2 kills, one of which is a Monacy orb. That's unbelievable. He then finds Hunter towards short as well. Double kill, and then we all know Hooksy plays on the B bomb site. They just had to take him down. He's cowering in the corner, completely flashed. Money in the bin. 13-9. 2 rounds of series point here. EG are looking like the better squad on Mirage. No questions asked here. And it will be a tactical timeout for G2, who save an AK-47 in the hands of Nico. JKS with the M4. Let's have a look at this again. The missed shot from Monacy. An automatic flash. Hooks him up for a double kill here. Round was already over, but Hooksy doesn't push back whatsoever. A slam of the desk here. Tournament life on the line, bear in mind, on this map. And it's EG who has schooled them in the second half so far. It's 5-2. After winning the pistol, G2 managed to string together 2 gun rounds, but now offering up 3 in a row. And I'm not sure if they can justify an investment here. They've got the 2 saved rifles at $3,000 otherwise.
This kind of meltdown where everyone is frustrated. Everyone, like, you can see their faces look so tight. Normally, you only experience that playing Dota, and you usually encounter, you find somebody to laugh about, but this is rough. It's real rough. A 4-round difference.
These are the sort of rounds, though, that G2 can win. We've seen them pick up a full eco on this CT campaign, and unfortunately, that's one of the 2 rounds they've found.
Here we go.
But here we go. A execution. All 5 players for EG, keeping it simple. Anders, get stuck in, get that bomb planted. Flashbangs deployed. Deep breath. Can they find round number 14?
And they even weighed out some of the potential counter grenades, but there really aren't many coming. G2 don't have a lot to fight with here. They do have the M4. They do have the AK. The mechanics might be what has to carry this over the line. It might just be Nico again that has to step it up. They need the multi-kills. They need him at 20, headed towards 30. Let's see what he could bring us here. He's in the right position for it, certainly. And you swings wide, but it doesn't matter. Hexton Walco instead, and Junior finds JKS on top of the ticket booth. A long-range shot rings right through the A-bomb side and connects with Monacy. It's just Hooksy in the corner. They know where he is, and there is but one way out in depth. Walco takes him down. 14 for EG. They're 2 rounds away.
2 rounds away. They kept it simple. The 5-man execution. Trade en route. Eradicate all G2 members on path to the bomb site. It's automatic, getting exactly that done. And Nico, only good for 1 kill here. Only needing 1 round for series point. EG, once again, with all the advantages they could ask for. Looking towards the A ramp, and there's a player in front of them. That's going to be Monacy, and he's been taken down by Junior once again, Anders. Another beautiful shot. Nico will answer back here. It's going to come right down to the wire. G2 with their backs to the wall.
What a start to this round. Now, it's good that they get one in return at the very least. Walco has been a bit of a menace. Up to 19, actually tied with automatic, so mid control is still really good for G2, and that could give them some flexibility. They've given up on the A-bomb side, basically saying, let's defend the middle. If it's A, we'll try and retake it. If it's B, we're going to be super flexible. We can be there quickly. All Hooksy has to do is buy a little bit of time. Just 5 seconds, and we're good to go. We've got the crossfires and everything else. I don't necessarily mind this defense, but there is a player in Palace. I think that's Hexton. They're getting a bit curious. They want to find out what's happening. Oh no, 50 seconds, Henry.
So they just let them play themselves here. We'll see if they can breach the B bomb side. George cannot. It was all a bit of a ruse regardless, and it's automatic, waiting those reactionary pushes. Back and forth we go. An even kill for now.
They don't know.
X has the information, but Hunter's got the shot. Denying series points here. It's down to Junior. 30 seconds on the clock. Bomb on his back. 100 HP available. And access towards the A side. We can bring this down to 1v1. You never know, Anders.
If he walks the whole way and he checks the perfect spot, he still has time. But if he has to look more than this, it's going to be too late. I think this is the wrong move. Yeah.
Nothing he can do
Unfortunately now, maybe with the jump, but he has no idea where to look for him. And he's going to get peaked. Hunter with an amazing triple, especially the second one. I have no idea how he knew that Hex was coming in from the Palace. I don't think Hex had really made any noise close enough. He'd got no kills. That is so
It was
clean.
the perfect setup for EG there. Sure, they lost that pick, but knowing they had a flanking Hex coming through, and it was unfortunate there. They had all the advantages, trying to flash George in. If he traded out equally in towards B, it'd be a very different round, but Hunter positioning perfectly. Still a lot of work to be done, though. 14-10, money available here for EG. And will we see any aggression from the CT side? Here we've got JKS exploring his options towards the A-Ram, joined by Monacy once again, and he's been having a rough time up against Junior.
Yes. You know what? I guarantee the second that Hex dies, in his brain, he's telling himself, why didn't I just wait inside of A?
Yeah.
If he's back... I mean, obviously, it's very easy to look back. I'm not trying to do any kind of backseat Counter-Strike for him, but it's just... I bet he knew if I just waited, Hunter would have run right into my arms. Tricky round. A sign of life for G2. They need it so badly. They almost threw that round away.
So, flashes to gain access towards middle. They'll actually be heading back towards A, though. He's trying to remove some CT vision. Around 10 seconds while they coordinate themselves to an A execution, but the CTs are not allowing them to have the space. They'll be active here at the A ramp, and there's going to have to be a fight. Walco, once again, has absolutely destroyed the Manders. That is sick! As he gets the hat-trick as well. My God! How has he done that? 3 kills in the round. Series point guaranteed. And Hooksy and Hunter, there's nothing they can do about it. They have to just sit back and wait as round number 25 comes crashing down around them. It looked like the perfect response. The push in towards the execution. But Walco, once again, the one-man army prevails.
Ran through 3 superstar players like it was nothing to get EG to 15. This is disturbing. He's finding a 4th. He just keeps hunting. He's up to 23. Hooksy, there's nothing he could have done. As soon as that double kill happens at the E-ramp, it is 95% over. And the next kill, that's 100. You're there.
Bro, they've got $2,400 per player next round. They have 0 right now. There is almost a guarantee that G2 will be knocked out of the tournament by EG in the follow-up round here. They're saving an MP9 in the hands of Hooksy. That's all they're saving.
I really think it's worth zooming out a little bit here, because a question people are going to be asking, Henry, is how did Anders know to pick
Anders
EG?
did predict EG were going to win this series.
How did he know?
He's done it again. Well, to be fair, it's the most dangerous scoreline in the world, for EG at least. 15-10.
Yeah,
they couldn't put it to bed against NIP.
You're probably never... this is probably where EG actually, on our end, will be the most nervous.
Yeah.
Because you have this... You've almost closed the lid on this game, but every mistake now will feel like it has such a huge impact. You'll feel it.
If you were going to close it out, Anders, this would be the round to do it. Scouts, MP9s, FAMASes, and Walco with balls of steel will leave the Palace position, unfortunately, to his certain death. I like the idea.
Sure. I
like the audacity of it.
That's the kind of play you make when you've had the rounds that he's had. It's hard to question, but yeah, it backfires this time, and it gives over the AK to JKS.
Oh,
5
okay.
chances.
Huge call to make from Walco. Like, the round that they're financially broken is for the map. Like, I respect the hell out of it.
Absolutely.
But in hindsight, it's like, okay, well, that's potentially squandered the opportunity.
It's probably one of those plays that will always be judged in hindsight as well, right? If it had worked, we would have said, well, then, he's just got their number. He knows everything. Look at this from Hooksy. I do like this. This is another call that's probably very hard to make, because if you get one tapped at someone waiting in the corner, you feel like you've given the round back. But now instead, you've taken it from being a pretty decent round to being almost certainly a 1 round. Look at the stack they have at the A-bomb side because of Hooksy's position. This is really, really important. And again, not necessarily easy to make this call. Now, he's not going to go middle to backstab them. He's taking the long way around. So there is a way that this could still screw up, although with that kill from Nico, I might have to retract that a little bit. The spray is good on the second one. Automatic goes down, and George actually trying to see if he can fight his way back, and Nico's just not having any of it. Will take down a 3rd player, and Junior's up here. They might know.
Oh, okay, Anders. Well, that is the nightmare scenario. The beginning of the end, potentially, as the round that was the most compelling, the easiest you could ask for in terms of what you're up against. MP9s, FAMASes, Scouts, and a single Nico M4. This is how it all kicks off. Open up the door of opportunity, and it gets slammed in their face.
these particular the little sequence here for Nico, I don't think really, it's not exactly it, but there's a kind of Nico game that we've all seen before, where it looks like at some point he just has decided to win.
Yeah.
He just will win, and he will win every fight. I would love to see that right now, because it is so sick, and he is one of maybe 2 or 3 players ever to touch the game, maybe 4, that can get into that mode, that can really just say, I'm willing this into it, I'm just manifesting it in front of me. Those kills weren't it, but watch out for it, because it's really rare, and it's a delight to see. Maybe we'll get the treat for it. He's got about 4 more rounds to try and see if he can get into the swing of things. He's got 17 kills, which by his standard is probably a little bit low.
It could all end here still. Bear in mind, it's still a 5-on-5. It's just in the manner of the way the previous round went down, with Nico getting 4 very convincing kills. It does provide a sobering moment. You're like, all right, yeah, Nico is up against them, and he's pretty difficult to remove from the equation. As we can see, G2, this is more like it. These are the sort of rounds we expected.
I think you're exactly
Where has this
right.
been?
Yeah, there are so many CT rounds on Mirage that are exactly like this. You get a bit of a crossfire in the middle, you kill one in underpass, you kill one at top mid, and then you should be all good. Volko, don't challenge him more than this. It's not really necessary. Still got a 2-on-4. You don't need to do this. And there's still 30 seconds. If you keep doing it, the bomb is at the A ramp. There is a way back into the round, even if it's very unlikely. Yeah, I appreciate this. Fall back.
Yeah, don't even give him the opportunity to find a frag. Hunter should deal with him.
Think at
Maybe
bomb plant.
not.
Think at the bomb plant. They think it's B. Look at it. They're rotating a little bit away. George now making a couple of footsteps, and I think if he gets peeked now, it might be over. Nico running for it. He knows, but the bomb does get planted. A 1 versus 3 for Volko. Surely, there is no way in hell, Henry, that he can do this.
You would think so. But it's the sort of round that G2 would lose at the same time.
Yes, it is. Hooksy's going to be free. That's 1 down. 3 more to go. They're out there. A click, and it's so close. It's so scary. Nico is there to save the day. He finds the third one.
Oh, wow. It doesn't get much closer than that. Volko. Amazing effort there, my friend. You can see a sigh of relief from G2. 1 bullet separated them from elimination of the tournament there, and a round that shouldn't have even been close. Frag by frag, Volko makes it uncomfortable. A great shot to deny the initial defuse there, but Nico, of course, the hero of the day. What a play that would have been to close things out here, to eradicate G2 out of the tournament here, send them to the showdown. 3 rounds required now, and a tactical timeout for now, as the money is in a pretty compromised spot. Unfortunately, EG probably have to take the eco here.
Imagine
Much else to be said.
Imagine what it does for EG's mental game, feeling like they can win this every single round. Even the ones that are basically lost, they look close. And on the opposite side of that coin for G2, just the feeling that nothing is easy. That was a 2 actually, I think it was a 5 versus 2 that turned into a 1 versus 1. They almost threw it away.
Yeah. Volko as well, by the way. I think he had 105 ADR.
God damn.
Like, that is sick, considering we're so many rounds deep. Speaking of which, that's not bad either. Nico doesn't see anyone.
Doesn't need
We'll
to.
get a double frag and significant damage towards Hext as well. So 15-13, that's locked in. We can agree on that.
Yeah, this is smooth sailing. But I would say probably not a round that EG cares so much about. You kind of expect this to happen. Would have been fun with a couple of kills in a bomb plant, but they're going to be okay with it. Nico quickly now up to 22 from the 17 that he had maybe 1 or 2 rounds ago. He's really getting there. Going to find 1 more triple. But getting into that killing machine level that he can really reach.
Wasn't enough on Nuke.
35 wasn't enough on Nuke.
27 on Inferno, 35 on Nuke.
Come on.
And currently at 23 on Mirage.
How much can you ask of one person?
He does not deserve to be on the losing team, that's for sure. But they're not the losing team yet. 2 rounds, certainly possible here. The money's starting to recover for EG. They've got the AKs, the AWP, and Volko. MVP of Mirage for sure. What a spectacular showing from the in-game leader. Showing us how it's done. Junior, not bad as well.
I'm It's actually curious that they keep fighting where Nico and Monacy kind of are. I would think at some point they would want to throw pressure onto Hunter and Hooksy over at the B bomb side.
Yeah.
I've noticed this in the past. There are a lot of teams when they play G2, they actually do try to apply pressure specifically to Hooksy. Just trying to see if they can put him out of his comfort zone.
Well, is this the round enders? Is this where we say goodbye to G2? In the first round of the knockout bracket.
That first kill is going to be a huge tell, isn't it? I can't imagine the headline. I can't imagine the conversation afterwards. What was the team that restructured right after they lost to EG? There was a team, it's a while ago now, but
I can't recall.
I think it's happened before. I mean, for all I know, it could happen again, because this, again, would definitely be the shock of the tournament and maybe even the shock of the new season here.
So a B execution. Not a very compelling one. They haven't really done much elsewhere on the map.
They're going to test them. They're going to test Hunter and Hooksy. There is a crossfire setup, and flashbang to slow them down. 30 seconds. Molotov to give the game away. They know that it's coming. Smoke on top of Monacy. Is he going to be able to get a shot? Not quite. They're relocating now. They're getting to it. 22 seconds. The jump down is there. And the openings, it's actually a team kill onto Hex. It's not exactly ideal. Junior and George, and maybe only Junior with any health, but they're going to get the shot on Monacy. Somehow, someway, it's back into a 2 versus 2.
Boosting on the side as well, Anders. That's a cheeky little play.
You are right. Do you read it? How panicked are you? Do you see it coming? Push the shoulder, but it's Nico. He's determined.
Might as well stay up there now. You got 8 HP. Just hope they don't check it.
Yeah, but that kill is so quick. It's a long time before that bomb goes up. I don't think they're going to be slow enough here. Nico and JKS, they should be able to crunch him in. He needs a straight headshot. He finds Nico out in the open. There's one, and he reads it. He knows. George, he's going to go down. JKS to the rescue. It's close, but we will go all 30 rounds.
We certainly will. G2 holding on by the skin of their teeth for 1 versus 1. JKS holds his nerve. Round 30 is upon us. The bomb goes down. 4 rounds in a row. 4th stage loss bonus. And the boosted George as well. It could have been enough.
Yeah.
It could have been a glorious play. I wanted to see whether he'd just have the mental fortitude just to stay up there. Junior frustrated, knowing if he kills that one player on short, it's over. They win. He doesn't quite connect. And the opening frag this time in favor of Monacy. Walco will be dropped.
Headshot to take him down with the AWP. Overkill for Monacy. JKS is there. This looks like it's going to be overtime. They've already got the openings here. I'm not sure EG can bring this round back. Devastating grenades that land on up at the palace as well. And they've been slowed down and shut down on this one. I think the only way this goes south right now for G2 is if they lose their grip and start to push like they did it earlier in the 2-on-5. This time, surely there has to be some discipline on the G2 side.
Time will tell, Anders. But it looks like they've done enough. Bear in mind is that 15-10 scoreline once again that's coming back to haunt EG. Currently in a 5 versus 3.
You're right.
Low HP pretty much across the board here. They've given up 5 rounds in a row. If what looks like an irreparable situation falls against them. Smoking towards connector. Not really sure what that can do, though. They'll enter the A-bomb side, but Monacy is there, ready and waiting. They would need something divine at this point.
Monacy's got a perfect position for it. Junior, he doesn't know if he's supposed to be slow crouching it, if he's supposed to be wide, so he has no idea what that position is. And depending on how Monacy's holding the angle, one or the other will get him killed. Nice little flick there from Hooksy. Hex is going to be going down, and George in a 1 versus 5, so overtime is absolutely confirmed. G2, they get to live on. Now, is it more pain, or will it actually be a turnaround here? Can they find a victory at the end to survive? EG, we're gonna find out in the overtime. This is a scary game for them. I can't believe that we're seeing this.
Well, I think it's all been reset now. G2 should be winning at this stage. This was EG's series to give up with the 15-10 scoreline that they should be putting it to bed. Had plenty of opportunity to do so, and if you don't convert that against a team like G2, then it's probably over. It's not looking good for them, and EG know it as well. They'll take a tactical timeout before overtime begins here. So it's Nico posting 24 frags to close out regulation there. 5 in a row for G2. As we find the reset here, they'll remain on the CT side. Just a note, we have $12,500 per player. So on the CT side, you can bring out the double orb setups, which I can confirm G2 are going to be bringing out in the first gun round here, because it makes sense. Like you said, Hooksy, normally towards B, can be considered a weakness. If you've got the finances to go for it, enables you to free up an extra player. You have full control of that B bomb side. So I think it's a nice little call, and bad news potentially for EG as we tie it all up once again. First team to 19 to decide the outcome. Who will be going to the showdown? Who will be progressing forward in the knockout bracket?
The fact that it's a question is... I don't think anyone was actually expecting it. And yet here we are. It's overtime. First to 19 is what we are looking for. And you're right, that double AWP setup. George dropping very low. I think burning behind the Molotov there. Hunter is nearby, so it's not just Hooksy along with the AWP. They've got a little bit of a setup to go for it. Bomb far back, and some mid-control being attempted now for EG.
Attempted. We'll see what they can make of it. Walker at the front of the pack right now, trying to breathe through towards that connected position. It's actually Nico that goes down first, peeking from the window. Junior will find him. Monacy trying to pick up the pieces here if possible. There is plenty of opportunities outside the window, but thinks better of it. We'll transition back towards the B bomb site. Bear in mind, it's a double AWP setup here for G2. Retakes will be very difficult. The A bomb site under a bit of scrutiny right now. It's just JKS there alone. Needs some backup. Monacy will join from CT spawn. Hooksy will smoke towards the end of the apartments, suggesting they're going to focus their firepower towards A, but Hooksy's in trouble.
Yeah, he is. And that smoke lands early enough that EG probably feel quite comfortable waiting it out. They can really do that. And they got automatic in the middle as well. This, I agree, will be a very, very difficult hold if it's possible at all.
At least one.
Yeah. Oh, it's close. They get past with one, but there we go. Hooksy, he follows it up. He's taking down George and Hex both. Maybe there's a way still. 15 seconds. The bomb. How are they going to get planted right now? He's still here. A little bit of Molotov damage, but so far it's looking rock solid for him. Hooksy with the triple. He's keeping it alive for them, and they're out of time on that T side. They can't get the bomb down. Hooksy, he did what he needed to, and they can't find JKS. What a miracle that was. 3 kills. He missed the first one, but he is back in it. 19 kills overall.
That's all that had to be delivered. Couple of kills, deny the plant, stay alive. Can't ask for much more than that. Like we said, the AWP does allow you to have more of this turret setup. And EG scrambling in towards the side. Didn't have the time to work with. Hooksy's feeling it now. Needed that. And they'll take the lead after being down 15 and 10. Tournament life on the line. They have the 1-0 advantage. And 5 players for EG back in towards B. They're trying to punish that Hooksy factor, knowing he's got the AWP there.
Yeah.
This time he doesn't, though. Hands it back over. And it's going to be the same round again, Anders. Hooksy this time with the rifle.
In itself is really interesting. Yeah, the fact that he has a rifle instead. Let's see if it catches him off guard. Counter flash coming out. He wants to buy a little bit of space, but he is so blind inside of the smoke. George, that deep swing towards the market is absolutely going to catch Hooksy. 4 versus 5. It's still a good call for EG. Walking through the smoke there is Nico, and he gets called as well. Walko back at it again. His 28th victim. Monacy gets 1, but they need a lot more for the retake. The bomb is being planted on the other side, and it is still a 3 versus 4. Although Monacy is practically dead already. No! There we go. They just pick up the kills like it's nothing. Hexed back here, the only one that can bring it back, and he's got no idea. How is that retake so easy?
Well, Hunter has had a very disappointing series, but that is a magnificent round. I didn't see it from his POV, but those frags came out of nowhere. He manifests them out of thin air. And you can see it, the hollow celebration. He knows it's been a rough game for him so far. Let's have a look at those frags. And a round that looked lost, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hunter strikes for the double. Monacy boosted up, and JKS to close things out. And there we go. 2-0, G2 on the precipice. Oh, good question. All right, well. He's feeling himself.
He's well within his rights to do it, obviously.
Absolutely. Like,
beautiful.
I love that. Final round here, Anders. 2-0 G2, looking for the 3-0 conversion. It was looking dark, it was looking bleak, but all they had to do is come out and win today. It doesn't really matter how close it was, to be honest with you.
Someone's going to leave this stage heartbroken today because they both put so much into it. Hunter, like you said, not the best series for him, but a couple of great kills to open up this round with. Monacy, he's back to hitting the shots as well. You said it as soon as we went in overtime that this is the reset and that G2 probably will win it from here on out. And they do look very reset all of a sudden. And that's a big problem. George and Junior trying to convert this 2 versus 5 into some sort of a miracle, but it feels very unlikely. I think George is One tap away from being dead, and there we go. 3 kills for Hunter. He's up to 18.
Yeah.
Again, he had 4 kills in the first half, Henry.
It's a massive resurgence. Like, just when they needed him as well. Like we said, if you're not going to put a team like G2 to bed at 15-10, like, that's it. You're not going to win.
Yeah.
They would, if you allow them to get to overtime, it's over. And we've seen that here. EG will be kicking themselves. This is the second time it's happened in this tournament. And unfortunately, the ramifications this time are a lot more significant. Knocked out. Oh. And I may be getting ahead of myself here because all of a sudden, Junior...
He could have planted B. Not that he in any way could have known that. Obviously, we know that Hunter was an underpass. But.
This is a great transition in towards the A side. So we've got JKS tucked away on the bomb site. The problem is with 10 seconds, all he can really do is plan and hope for the best. And, well, his best is not good enough as we go 3-0 for G2. See, pretty somber tone. Just want to get that final round here to close things out. Beautiful sequence from Hunter, as we've noticed. He's got a lot stronger as time continues here and arriving in the nick of time. Monacy to get a beautiful shot there.
He pre-fired it, or he pre-aimed it, rather. That is some experience. He knew what was coming next.
So now EG have no choice but to replicate the efforts of G2 there. 3-0 will be the only score acceptable going forward. Anything less than that, and they will be vacating the tournament. It was a hell of a run, hell of a series. Turned all of our heads here. And bear in mind, we'll remember this. This is the team. This is not the EG we've been talking about for 6 months. This is the EG Black. They've been promoted to the main squad now.
You're right.
The only like familiarity we've got is automatic instead of rush. And to be fair, taking a map of G2, taking into overtime on the third.
It's impressive.
That's a pretty sick result. Like, all things considered. Like, yes, I appreciate they probably won't win now. They probably should have won. But in terms of notes and data, they've got plenty of that to work with now. And it's the first big tournament since they've made this massive transition to the main squad. So I tip my hat to them. Like, this has been
I agree.
A great showing.
Turns out, in the middle, Monacy, he's feeling a little bit reinvigorated. Is he going to keep it going? He wants to find one more. Definitely could have had that shot. You could see he's feeling very brave at the moment. Nico will open it up on the other side. 25 kills as he takes down Walco. And that might be the beginning of the end here for EG. 4 versus 5. Although Hexter's out hunting. Not a bad kill necessarily. They're going to get Monacy there. A little bit of a shot coming through. The spam is actually connecting quite a bit. And the bomb is only on the A ramp. They're trying to get it there. But EG are close by. They want this round. They need this round to stay in the tournament.
It's not looking good on either side, to be honest with you. They can't get that plant down, but Hunter finally punches in the digits. 4-4 retake. The chips are down. EG have to go for it. They've got kits and basic utility, and all 4 players entering the bomb site from the connector here, Anders.
Look at the after plant for G2. It's so strong. It's going to take all day to find these players. I don't think this can be done. Hunter with another strong kill. He's really back into it. Hex, though, will take him down. They have kits, and they need to be on that defuse quick to put some pressure on. Hooksy gets one before he's down, and they're off the bomb again. No chance. Nico back with the final kill. And my God, did he deserve it? They survive the EG scare, and G2 get to send them packing. It took everything they had, Henry, but they do live on.
I kind of said